Hi everyone, so today I have another storing photo cards video. It is all just Blackpink. I don't have anything for any other groups, but I do have at least one card for every recent Blackpink solo release, and I do have a few non-album things to put away as well, and some bigger inclusions from some of the solo albums. Because I have really only been working on my Blackpink collection recently. I haven't really worked on any of my other collections, which is why I only have Blackpink stuff to put away. I do still have a decent amount of stuff, and I am excited to put all of it away. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just get started. I think I'm going to start off with the non-album stuff because I am going to do a little bit of rearranging for the non-album stuff. So for this first binder, I do have a few cards to put away. I have this lalisa merch photo card, one of the Japanese cards from the album, and one of Lisa's vinyl cards from Born Pink. I am actually going to be taking out everything on this page. I'm going to put those cards in this card in my regular or my album photo cards binder, and put these with the rest of the lalisa cards. I don't know exactly how I'm going to lay this page out now, so I do just have the little L folder things that they can put in empty spots. I'm just going to leave it like this for now, and then I will figure out something else to do with that page later. And I do also have one of the Japanese cards, so I think I'm going to take out this card and then move that card there and then put that card there. I might move that all around at some point, and I might actually just set up for the rest of the Japanese cards that I need. I don't remember how many there are, but it is something I would like to collect at some point, so I might just set up for that. And then the last thing I have is this Born Pink vinyl version photo card. I really don't know how to put it, so I honestly think I might just add it on the back of this page like I did with that tour photo card for now. And then once I have some more random Born Pink stuff, I might just put that all together. Alright, that is everything for this binder. I think I'm also just going to do the other non-album binder that I have real quick and then go into all the album stuff. Right, so for the big 12 pocket binder I have, I just have a few random Blackpink the Game cards to put away. So I do have these two. I think they were pops. I honestly am not sure. They did a few pop sets with the green screen background, and they also I think did a few tour cards that were Blackpink the Game related, so I don't know if those were from that or one of the pop sets. I am just going to put them on this page for right now. I still need to get Rosé and Jisoo's, but these were kind of just a random impulse buy because they were a decent price and they weren't cards that I had. And I've kind of just been trying to fill out some the gaps in my Blackpink collection and just get cards that I don't already have if I see them. So like I said, this really is the only collection I've been working on at the moment because I really wanted to get some of the cards that I've been missing and some of the cards that I really want. And this is the only collection I really feel motivated to work on at the moment. So that's what I've been doing. And then the other thing I have is just one set of creator benefit cards. So this is from the tennis that they did. So I'm going to rearrange everything on this page because this is kind of just a page where I throw all the extra stuff that I have at the moment. So I'm gonna try and get all the members for the Christmas and Valentine's Day sets. So right now I just have these are for both, and then Jisoo for Valentine's set, and then I'll put the tennis set at the bottom. Those were also kind of just a random purchase. I just happened to see them for sale and it was a whole set, so I got them. So I'm not in a rush to get these cards, but I would like to get them at some point. And I will probably add the sleeves into the empty spots at some point. I'm just not going to do that right now because I don't have sleeves in front of me at the moment. So that is all the non-album stuff for this binder, and I'm going to go into the album photo card binder. Alright, so before I get into the recent solo releases, I do just want to rearrange my lalisa stuff real quick to add in those cards I took out from the other binder. So I don't really have a layout in mind, so I think I'm just going to take everything out first. I'm going to leave all of the photo cards and then these pops and the kit version cards. I do just need to grab some extra sleeves for the cards that I had doubled up. Right, so I think I'm gonna try and sort everything by outfit at first, maybe. Right, so I think I might these cards on this page. I don't know if I like that. I really should have like planned this out before, but maybe I'll just do like one of the message cards in the middle. I think I might just stick with this for right now, and then I can always just move it later. So I think I'm gonna go with that for now. And hopefully, thankfully I have extra pages back here. Okay, now I have to figure out how I'm gonna lay out the rest of these cards. I think maybe I might go back to that. I think I might just go with that for right now. Though I don't know if I like that, but I'm just gonna put everything in, and then I can always just change it later. And I will add a white sleeve in the middle of this page at some point. So probably just try and find another card to put in there. I know there is one message card that I'm missing. And there's probably like a few other concept cards as well that I could get. Alright, that was everything for all the like, I guess YG related releases. Now I just have all the other solo releases. So like I said, I do have at least one card for every release. I only have one card for Rosie, but I do have a bunch of cards for the other releases. And since I didn't do an unboxing for any of the albums other than Alter Ego, I think I'm gonna try and like talk about my favorite songs from each album as I'm putting the cards away. So I don't remember if I said my favorite songs from Rosie when I put away the 2 cards that I pulled from my album. But my favorites are probably Call at the End, Stay a Little Longer, and Too Bad for Us. I honestly like the slower songs on the album the most, which I feel like is not how most people felt, but I just think like the slower songs tended to be my favorite. I will say though, like her packaging by far was my least favorite out of all the albums, and I also just, I know I mentioned it before, but I still just hate that the photo cards just have like a plain red background. I wish they at least would have just put her name on it or something. Right, that's all I have for Rosie though. And then for amortage, I just have my album pulls. I think I bought one copy of each of the regular photo book versions, and one was from Target, so I think I have like 2 of the Target exclusive cards. I honestly cannot remember, and I feel like from what I've seen, the Target exclusive cards are very similar to the album cards, so I'm not sure exactly which one is which. And then I do also have 2 pops. They're both from With Me, I believe, and I ended up deciding to just organize this by outfit because I have one album card and one album card and one pop in that outfit, and then the same for this outfit. And I'm just gonna put these other 2 cards in the middle, which that honestly I think might be my favorite Jisoo card ever. I don't know why, I just like really love that card. So this was one of the pops, and then I believe this was the other one. So then all the other cards are album cards. I am thinking about getting at least 3 other cards just to fill out this page, just to have like a full 9 pocket. I was planning on doing that with Rosie as well, but not all the cards are selfie cards, so I decided to just do the selfie cards since I didn't like the other cards as much. And I've honestly like just gone back and forth several times with what I'm collecting for every album except for Alter Ego. For the beginning, I knew I wanted to collect everything I could for Alter Ego, and I knew I didn't want to do that with all the other members because that would be way too much, especially because amortage, Alter Ego, and Ruby were all kind of released around the same time. But that is all of the Jisoo cards I have for now. And for amortage, my favorite songs were definitely Your Love and Hugs and Kisses. I did also really like Earthquake, but I just think I liked like the other songs a little bit more. I'm glad like we got a mini album from her, like even while she was like working on a bunch of different acting projects. So as much as I would have liked the full album, I'm glad we at least just got a mini album instead of just like 2 songs again. Right, that's everything for Jisoo. And now for Lisa, I have the rest of the album cards that I'm missing, and then I think all the other pops I needed, and then some other random cards. So you do have the last Roxy version and the last QC version for this page. I feel like Alter Ego is definitely like the album of the 4 that I've listened to the most, because Lisa is my bias and I like her solo music the most. So I feel like my favorite song on the album has changed a few times. And then I also have the last Vixie and Roxy version cards. I feel like right now I've really been liking When I'm With You and Thunder, and also Elastigirl since she performed it at Coachella. I feel like Bad Girl is still one of my favorites, and I feel like it's like one of the songs people don't like as much, but it's definitely one of my favorites. There really are no songs on the album that I don't like. There's like some I listen to less, but I genuinely do just love like the whole album. Okay, so for this page, all I need is the Vixie Japanese version. I still need all of the Japanese versions except for the Sweetie version. I did manage to get that one, so I do have that card, and then I do have the other 2 Target exclusive cards I needed. So I have the Roxy and Sunny cards. Right, so then I just need the other 3 Japanese version cards from this page. I would like to try and get them all as a set if I could, just so that way I don't have to buy all of them individually. I don't know if that is going to be possible. Right now, all I have left is the pops for Alter Ego. I do have every single Korean store. I know there was like a few Chinese stores that had cards as well. I'm not sure what the stores were, and I've never ordered from any of them before, and so those ones I just did not get, but I do have all the other stores. And I have all of the pops and also all of the video call cards. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in my last sewing video, but I did get into one of the video calls, which I still can't believe. It's been like a few months since it happened, but it still just does not feel real. So on this first page, I am going to have some of the video call cards. So I have the first Dear My Muse call, and then the second one, which the second one is actually the one that I got into, and then the K-pop merch video call. So the K-pop merch and the first Dear My Muse call pictures, like photocards, were taken on the day of my call. So I wanted to have those first after all the album cards, and then the 2 in the middle were the ones that I got from my actual call. And I think honestly that's probably one of my favorite Lisa cards ever. And I also just love both sets of the cards from the day that I actually had the video call with her. So I wanted to have all of these cards together on a page. And the K-pop merch cards were, so the K-pop merch cards, I had bought albums to get the cards, and like obviously I also entered the fan sign just to see if I'd get in, but I was mainly like trying to get all of the cards. And then when I got my albums, they had the albums in there obviously, but they didn't include the video call cards. And I have never had that happen before. And like all the time that I've been buying albums, and like all the times I've pre-ordered an album, they've never just like completely forgotten to give me the pre-order benefits or the video call cards. But thankfully they sent me a set of them like as a replacement by themselves, because like I did not want to have to try and find those cards on my own, because like some of the pops aren't too hard to find, but I feel like I haven't found people selling most of the video call cards. So I'm so glad that they sent me the replacements. Okay, and then I have the last 3 cards of her with the blonde wig on. I don't know if I want to change. I don't know if I'm going to keep them in like the spots that they were supposed to go in, or like that I plan to put them in. I think I might just put them in and see like what sets I like together the most. So I'm gonna put this one in the middle. And this one up here. I do wish we would have gotten some more photo cards of her in like different music video outfit looks, because like this was obviously from the Born Again music video, but I would have liked at least like one set of Fuck Up the World music video outfits. But I'm just glad we got so many cards and as many cards as we did. Right, and then have the last 4 cards for this page. I'm gonna do those 2 up here. I honestly do not remember what set everything was from, or what store each card was from. I think I'm gonna go with this for now. So that is that. And then the last page I have for Alter Ego has the rest of the pops, and then the other set of medical cards. So these were from Kids Home For You. Right, and then the other 3 cards. I might do those 2 up there, and then this one right there. Right, and there is everything for Alter Ego. So I just need the Japanese version cards, and then I'm completely done with Alter Ego. So I'm glad it wasn't that hard to finish, but it's kind of sad that I'm already almost finished with it. Okay, and then for Ruby, I have changed my mind several times with what I'm collecting for Ruby. And once I like got the first of the albums that I ordered, I like kind of officially made up my mind of what I wanted to do. So for the first page, I'm gonna have like a full 9 pocket page, and I'm gonna do a bunch of the cards with her. So all gonna be cards with her in a red wig. So I'm gonna do this set at the top with the flower, and then I'm gonna do these cards in the middle, and at the bottom I'm gonna have the cards with her in the short red wig. So I originally was just planning on collecting like 6 cards like I did for Rosie and Amortage, but then I liked some of the other sets of the cards more, because like I had mainly pulled these cards, and then I pulled both of those cards, so I was just going to keep those. And I think they like this card, and I believe that one were cards that I had pulled originally. But then I decided to get another copy of the album, like the other photo book version that I didn't originally buy. And I felt like the cards that I did have, I couldn't figure out a way to lay them out that I liked, so I ended up deciding to just figure out what sets I like the most, and then I decided to just do these 3 sets together, which I do think that might be one of my favorite Jenny cards. Like, I think the flower set is probably one of my favorite sets of hers. Okay, so I do still just need one more card for this page, and then I'll have this page done. And I think I should be done with this next page. So I do have those 2 cards. I did pull that one, and then that one I bought. Then I also pulled these 2, and I have 2 different pops. I want to say this one was Apple Music, and then this one was With You. So I think I might do those 2 in the middle, those 2 at the top, and then these 2 at the bottom. I don't think, other than the 1 card that I'm missing for the first page, I don't think I'm going to be, or I'm not planning on getting any other Ruby cards, but you never know. I at least would like to get closer to finishing Rosie and try and decide what other amortage cards I want before I get any more cards for Ruby, because I do have like a pretty good amount, and I'd be like happy, obviously, after I get that last card, to just kind of end Ruby here, but you never know. And if they ever do actually announce another album, like another group album, I'd like to focus on that before they're getting any more solo stuff. Right, but for right now, obviously, they haven't done that, so I've kind of just been trying to work a little bit more on the solo stuff if I can. Right, and then for Ruby, before I forget, my favorite songs, one of my favorite songs on the album is definitely FTS. I also have really been liking Love Hangover recently. It was not like my favorite when I heard it the first time, but it's grown on me a lot, and it's honestly like one of my favorite songs on the album. And then my third favorite, I feel like I'm kind of stuck between like Start a War and Extra Large, and I also really like Twin, which I feel like I was also just like not everyone's favorite song, but for some reason I just like really like Twin. All right, but then that is all the photo cards I have to put away. I think I'm just gonna flip through the solo section real quick. Still have Rockstar page where I still need 2 more cards, and I still need 3 more Rosie cards, and then I could technically have amortage done unless I decide I want to collect more. And then I have my alter ego section, which I do really like how the alter ego cards will look. I do wish there was like a little more variety in the outfits, but I do like the way everything looks together. So I just need those last few Japanese cards. I have all the pops and the video call cards. And then I have Ruby. I'm so glad everybody did selfie cards for all of their solo albums. We didn't get like weird Polaroid cards like YG loves to do. So I'm happy with like all the solo releases and everything. So that was everything I have left for photo cards, and I just have some bigger inclusions to put away. So I just have a few bigger inclusions to put away. I do have pages in here for everything already, but I do need to get more pages for this binder. I just haven't done that yet. So I'm just kind of gonna put everything in for now, and then I will probably move things around later. Okay, so first I have a signed alter ego insert, and then all the different sticker sheets. So I really don't like how I'm gonna put everything in here for right now, but I do just at least want to have everything put away. And I'm trying to think of a better way to store everything. So I feel like I just can't come up with a good way to store the stickers, especially because they're like, I don't have any pages that fit them very well. So I'm just gonna do fixie stickers on that page. And then I have other 4 sets of stickers. I do also have the clear stickers that have like all the alter egos on them, but I'm not gonna put those away right now. And I do kind of have to overlap them because otherwise they're not gonna fit in here, and I don't want to put just one of them in each page. would like to try and find different size pages that fit them better, so I don't have to put them in like this, but just going with this for now. Alright, that's everything for alter ego. So for amortage, I do have 3 of the Polaroids. I do kind of want to get one more just so I have a full page, but I don't have enough 4x pages to lay them out like this, so I am going to double 2 of them up for right now. So I really do just need to get new pages for this binder. Do that for now, and then I'm also going to put in Ruby stuff. So I do have the 2 postcards that I pulled, and I also have signed insert from the jewel case that I got. I kind of would like to get 4 of the Ruby postcards, but again, I need to worry about getting more pages first. And so I think I'm gonna put the signed insert in this spot. And I'm also gonna put the ticket from the same concept in the back, which I think this like flower concept is probably my favorite out of all the Ruby concepts. And I do have one of the other tickets, or the other ticket. I don't think there was, I think it was just the 2. But I don't have anywhere to put that right now, so I don't have anywhere to put that now, so I'm gonna have to put that away at some other point. And I just have 4 of the amortage postcards. So I think I'm gonna do these 2 first. I would like to get different pages for these as well. Kind of just need to, I'm gonna figure out like what pages would fit all of the inclusions that I have, which I just haven't had time to do that yet. Alright, and that was everything for this video now. At least have everything put away, but it's definitely not going to stay like this, but I'll just leave it for now. I think that was everything. Thank you for watching. Bye.